Hey, all, welcome back to SLB Drinks and another top 5 list of 2025. Today, Trenton, we are going to be dealing with Bourbon Part 2.
The allocated ones.
We started that, I don't know, several years ago. It just got confusing for a lot of folks to be mixing non-allocated with the allocated bourbon in a top whatever list.
Did we do that?
I think so. Way back in the day, did we not?
We might have.
Or maybe we just talked about it.
I don't know why we did that if we did, but
Yeah, to us, it just seems like it makes more sense if we are putting bottles on the table that are either non-allocated or allocated. That way you can separate them out. It's easier for us to put them in the top 5. It would just be tough for me not to include some of the bottles that were in the top 5 non-allocated.
Yeah.
Just because they quite didn't make it into the allocated list. That would be kind of foolish.
Yeah.
In my thinking. That's just my thinking. So today we've got top 5 allocated bourbon of 2025. So before we get started though, guys, this one got a little bit dicey.
It was fantastic.
We, as you all know, we'll refresh your memory, but we have a panel of about 5 tasters. So this isn't just Trent and my list. It's not just our list. This went through our panel of tasters and scoring and on. And that's how the top 5 was derived with the tasters.
And it was about a 3-hour live stream that we did for Patreon, and we tasted it and everything with the 5 panel of tasters. So there was a lot of dialogue, a lot of discussion, a lot of heartbreak from Kurt's side especially. And you'll just want to stick around because you might not believe what you're about to see.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it as we get to the video, but just trust me, I tell you, Trenton's eyes were about 6 miles wide when this happened. So first off, Trenton, number 5, came in number 5 this year. I'm ecstatic over the last few years of Michter's 10-year single barrel and the quality of whiskey they've been putting out here lately.
Yeah.
As you recall, several years ago, they had a couple come out that they're all pretty good. Okay, let's just put that out there. But they were, just another one.
Yeah.
These last few years have been fabulous. This one, yet again, 2025 release, fabulous, and ended up in 5th place.
And I mean, I think the Michter's 10 might be the most frequent flyer in our top 5 allocated. I know 2023 it made it. 2023's Michter's 10 was just dynamite. Lights out, fantastic.
Yes. That's what started it, wasn't it? That's what started
I think it was.
The uptick, I think, in 23.
I don't so much remember the 24. I don't think it made it last year, but I know that this one's superb. 2023 is fantastic, so I'm glad to see the Michter's 10 in this one again. It was very good.
Yep.
The only thing I would say about the Michter's 10 is I wish they keep creeping up in the price every year, and I hope they kind of stop doing that at some point.
Unfortunately, this isn't a show about price.
I know.
But I agree with Trent.
Coming again out of Michter's, Bomber's.
Wow, I didn't even think of that. It just
PFG, the pretty freaking good Bomber's. It's pure fine grain. It doesn't stand for that.
I like that better, though.
This was coming in at 100.2 proof, which was the wild part. There is so much flavor in this thing. I don't know if this matters so much, but particularly this is batch 25A0086. I haven't heard of major flavor discrepancies between batches. But, guys, I mean, this one is just so good.
I'd have to say that is probably number 2 bottle on my list of the biggest surprises of this year.
I would agree with that.
That was just like my first sip blew me away. It was rich and complex, warming, toasty. I'm not a massive toasted bourbon fan.
Yeah.
This spoke to me, man. It was fabulous. Not surprising at all that it made it on the top 5 list. 4th place this year.
No, I think the overall sentiment from a lot of folks, especially on the Whiskey Tube and just folks in our Patreon, our Discord, all that fun stuff, really loved this bottle. And I'm not at all surprised. I'm a little surprised that 2 Michter's made it. I wasn't thinking about that when we were tasting it, that 2 were making it. But fantastic bottle. I'm excited to see what they come out with next year.
All right, I'm cringing as I'm bringing this next bottle over to you. It is the Wild Turkey Beacon in 3rd place. 3rd place.
There we go. That's centered. What place?
It's in 3rd place this year. Let me preface by saying, okay, I got to think a bit of it. At least I can say the best Master's Keep release I have had in a long time. It was awesome.
I would agree.
I loved it. To me, it was, I've said it before, it was kind of reminiscent of a wild turkey rare breed on steroids, man. It was fantastic. However, the story of why it got into third place is partly because of me. I was the swing vote. And in my list, I personally had it in third place. Trenton had it in second place. Kent had it in second place.
Yeah.
Michelle, but regardless, I was the swing vote. I was the deciding vote. And I just have to admit, Trenton's next bottle, I just, at that moment, and I'm living by that, and I've had the last few years, whatever I'm enjoying the most at that moment is what I'm going to be going with. And at that moment was
the Knob.
Knob Creek 21 year. I absolutely love this bottle. And for me, it slightly edged out the Beacon during our tasting. Guys, I mean, you put this all on a blind or something, that very well could beat it on another day, whatever case is. But at that moment, I just was enjoying this Knob Creek 21 that much more.
I can tell you're a little sad to present it this way. I will say, as you guys may know, I'm not my profile doesn't lean too much in favor of Wild Turkey. The Wild Turkey 8-year that came out this year, fantastic bottle. This is probably the only Master's Keep that I am trying to find because it is just so freaking good.
I love that one backup too, just one.
Yeah, it's probably the best Master's Keep I've ever had. I think Kurt has all of them back here.
Yeah, we have all of them.
My second favorite was the 17-year bottled and bond, but this one is just dynamite, lights out. I'm really glad that if it is true that Wild Turkey is kind of cooling it with the Master's Keep, they're not coming out with any more. This was an absolutely fantastic way to kind of sunset that lineup because it's just super good.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Knob Creek 21 trend for me had that amazing rich oak, the tobacco, rich tobacco, and that cherry note. I was just digging it.
I can confidently say I've never had a product of this age, 21 years or higher, that has been even remotely close to as good. We've been very fortunate with the channel. Some folks have sent us some samples of Pappy 23 and Pappy 20 and those, and we're very fortunate to have been able to try those.
Yes.
But if you are looking for something with a higher age statement, I don't think this drinks a ton like standard Jim Beam products. It's not very nutty. It's just
For me, trying a Jim Beam in a top 5 list over a Wild Turkey slapped me down.
I know.
That's just shocking, but that's what I was feeling at that moment. All right. Number one, guys. Number one, it probably doesn't surprise most of you out there, but we pretty much had this. We've tried it every which way but Sunday and blinds and all sorts of things, and it still remains number one. Jack Daniel's 14-year, an epic release, in my opinion, from Jack Daniel's. It's been fantastic. It's sweet. It's luxurious. It's rich. It's dark. It just got everything going on for it at the same time. And that was my first. I think that was everybody's first place in the tasting.
This was Jack Daniel's 14 was literally all 5 people had Jack Daniel's 14 in first place. And it's hard to argue with that. I forget what the proof is on this guy.
It's up there a little
126.3.
Yep.
We've said this before. Jack Daniel's does not mess around with their limiteds. And this just goes to show how just fantastic they do. I've heard that they're coming out with like an 18 and a 21 or a 17 and a 21, something like that. I almost thought that this one was getting to the point where it was maybe a little bit over oaked with the age statement. So I'm very interested to see what they do next year, especially because this year they had the tannered, they had the toasted. They just don't miss with either the price point or the just the overall profile of their limiteds.
We do not do top 5 distilleries of any year. we haven't never done that list. But if we did, Trent, I don't know anybody, any other distillery other than Jack Daniels that could be first place.
They would be first place, I think.
Now, before we get out of here, one quick alarming, and I know for a fact that a lot of you out there right now are pulling your hair out because Calumet 18 year did not make this list.
Oh, that's not right. I thought you were going to say because this isn't technically a bourbon.
I am not going down that road at all. You have your opinions. We have ours. We all have our opinions. Love you for it. That is not where I'm going, so thanks for bringing that up.
But yeah, well, we have to address it because one of the first comments that somebody's going to say as soon as they see Jack 14 is that's not a bourbon. It shouldn't be in this video.
That's all right.
Let it rip in the comments. Politely.
Let's get back to what I just said because for me, Calumet 18 was in the top 5. For Trenton, it was not in the top 5. So if you could address that, I thought it was an excellent release. For me, would it crack into the top 3? No, it would not have.
It wouldn't crack into the top 5.
I definitely had it in my top 5.
I had Calumet. We tasted 12 allocated bottles, I believe. I had it in 11th.
Go ahead.
What?
No. I have to reserve my thoughts.
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was better than good, especially for $500. Now, if we get into the price, there's a lot of discussion to be had there because a lot of allocateds now are pushing above $200. I don't think any of these were below $200. Was this below 200?
No, above.
Above.
I'm just making another example.
This might have been just below, and I think Jack was maybe below. It was like 150.
Jack was below.
So they're not expensive and they're not easy to find. But I saw a lot of scuttlebutt, and I respect everybody's opinion who put Calumet 18 in a very, very high spot. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I wasn't a fan, and that's why it is not in here.
Yeah, and I bring that up because back to opinions. That's what whiskey and bourbon is all about. It's all about what you as the customer feels are your best purchases and what you felt was your best whiskey that you've had this year. And I know a lot of folks, as Trenton mentioned, had it very high on the list. I think for Trenton, though, possibly because it's Barton juice.
Yeah.
And maybe that might not be your thing per se.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great myself, but hey, and I didn't take price consideration, nor did we with any of these, but still. That's the one shocker that didn't quite make it, so I addressed that real quick, and I blame Trent.
That's fine.
Thank you very much.
I blame you for Beacon being in third.
Which is worse? I'm not sure.
Probably this one.
We're both humbled on this show.
Probably this one because this made the list and didn't make the top 2.
Of course it is.
But hey, you let us know in the comments.
Yes, please.
Tell me how disappointed you are in me that Calumet 18 isn't on the list. Or let me know if you tried it and weren't a big fan because I'd be curious on everybody's opinion down in the comments.
All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time, right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.